deep dive into the world of blockchain. Let's explore blockchain as a cornerstone of our future urban and financial landscape. And for that, may I now request Mr. Joseph Joshi from IFSCA to kindly come and share his vision of blockchain shaping the future of our country. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together to welcome our honored guest.
Thank you very much for being here. Seeing the crowd, the youth of the country, it's so inspiring. Completely resonate with what the Honorable Chief Guest mentioned earlier. So, respected dignitaries there and friends, let me get into my business of talking about what they wanted me to. But before that, let me do a quick check. How many of you are here for the first time to Gift City? Can you raise your hands, please? Oh, that's quite a number of people. Okay, that's good. For those who have been here before, and if it's been 6 months before, I'm sure when you came in today, gift has changed, right? And for those who come for the first time, come back after 6 months. I assure you, you will see a different gift. It's changing every day. Every 10 days, I see some buildings, raising up to 3 floors. That's the speed at which things are working. So just to set the context here, I belong to IFSCA, the regulator here. I'm the CGM and CTO there, and I head the technology and fintech department. So basically, before jumping into blockchain, probably I should talk a little bit about GIFT itself, because we have some people who are coming for the first time. So GIFT was conceived. It was not actually GIFT when it was started. The conception was when the Honorable Prime Minister was the Honorable Chief Minister then. The anecdote goes that they had very clear vision that it should be a financial center. They were clear it should be international, and it's going to be in Gujarat. So they were clear about Gujarat, international and finance. But they couldn't complete the acronym. And that's when the Honorable Prime Minister pitched in and said, I need technology to be part of it as well. And that's how the word GIFT came in. So look at the vision. This is 15 plus years ago. Somebody saying, finance and technology will have to get married and be in the same place to take it to the next level. That's how GIFT was born, Gujarat International Finance Tech City. Right? So, Prime Minister. Now that you got the concept, GIFT, they say, is like a tri-city. We are in the confluence of tri-cities here, like the cultural past, which is Ahmedabad. Probably the present is your Gandhinagar, and the future is here in GIFT. Now, within GIFT, we have some zones and some demarcations, and I thought I would spend some time there for the benefit of the newcomers here. So GIFT actually has 2 zones. One is called the DTA and one is called the AZZ. DTA is Domestic Tariff Area. We are all in that area right now. And there is a zone called Special Economic Zone, which is a custom-bound zone. A little away there, you can see that. So now these 2 are there, and in our country there are many AZZs, many DTAs. So what's special? What special was, within the AZZ, they created something called as an IFSC, which is the International Financial Service Center. So this is within the AZZ, and this is the first IFSC in the country. Of course, GIFT is the first operational smart city in the country, but then IFSC is the first IFSC in the country. Now you may ask, what is so special about this IFSC? The speciality is this. Today in India, we have a rupee convertibility challenge. Rupee is not fully convertible. If you have to bring in foreign exchange, if a company or a business has to come from abroad to India, you have to convert it back to rupee. You can't bring dollars directly. But this IFSC is the only foreign jurisdiction in the country today, which means you can do business in foreign currency. You can do business in US dollars, pounds, euros. We have denominated as a regulator 11 different currencies. You can't do business in Indian rupees though, because it is foreign jurisdiction. So, in short, what we are trying to do here is, the government of India, we had a lot of flight of talent and capital out of the country to offshore locations. Singapore, Dubai, Mauritius, Cayman, you name it, that's where all of these capital and talent went. Now we are trying to attract it back into the country. And this is now onshoring the offshore. The offshore is this IFSC. That is the whole plan of this IFSC. Now just making it foreign jurisdiction is not enough. We have to be competitive. So what did the government do? They said, we will make it a very competitive tax regime. So today the IFSC, you get zero corporate tax or business tax for 10 or 15 years. You choose which 10. So that you're on par with any jurisdiction in the world which gives you tax exemptions. Number one. It is the only zone which has got zero GST. It's the only zone where you have zero stamp duty, zero security transactions tax, 000 on a lot of factors. Probably your tax consultant will tell you what all is zero there. So this is the only zone in the country today which gives you that benefit. Not only that, initially when they started the IFSC in 2015, the 4 domestic regulators were in charge. Namely the RBI for banking, SEBI for capital markets, IRDA for insurance and PFRDA. So when a bank had to come and set in the IFSC, the RBI gives the license and so on and so forth. But in 2019, to help in the ease of doing business, the government of India, through an act of the parliament, created a new regulator with the powers of RBI, SEBI, IRDA and PFRDA. So a unified 4-in-1 kind of a regulator called the Authority for IFSC, IFSCA. So that is the organization which I represent. And now with this new regulator coming in 2020, with the unified powers of these 4 regulators, today if a bank comes into the IFSC to set up, it is the IFSC authority who gives the license, because RBI does not have the remit in that jurisdiction. If an exchange comes in, it is IFSCA which gives the approval, not SEBI. If an insurance, reinsurance guys come in, it's IFSCA which gives the approval, so on and so forth. Now what has this led to? It's a very interesting thing. Today if you have to move money from New York to Singapore, or you have to move money from, say, Dubai to wherever, FEMA does not come into play, Foreign Exchange Management Act. RBI does not come into play because it's not domestic. The same thing happens now here if you're going to move money from Singapore to GIFT IFSC, because the remit is not domestic, it is now an international jurisdiction. So FEMA does not apply. So it's as easy as moving money from Singapore, Dubai to New York, wherever, from GIFT IFSC to US or from US to GIFT IFSC. But hey, wait. If you have to move money from GIFT IFSC to Ahmedabad or Bangalore, it is the same as moving it from Singapore to Bangalore. So the flip side is also there, because this is foreign jurisdiction and you're doing business in foreign currency. So essentially what it means is, this is a jurisdiction which is a very competitive tax regime, and if you have clients who are in foreign jurisdictions, you're doing business with them in dollars, pounds, you have clients in US, you have clients in Australia, Europe, and it's a financial service which you're dealing with, probably this is the jurisdiction you need to be in. Now this is what actually powers the entire GIFT story. This is what makes it very attractive, in spite of it being a super smart city, a terrific underground tunnel, district cooling, you name it, you should take a tour of it when you get a chance. But then the economic part of it which is happening here is what is creating the stuff. Now what we did after this, we didn't just sit on that. We thought, okay, what else could we do other than just the traditional financial services? Because if you have to be a world leader, just emulating the other leaders is not enough. You have to do something more. So when we analyzed, we saw there were businesses which has actually gone out of India. Let me give you an example. India is the 3rd largest aviation market. You know the number of flights, airports, number of passengers. We are the probably 2nd largest, I should say, not even 3rd. Probably it's going to be the 2nd largest very soon after US and China. Now, if your Air India or the Indigos wanted to buy aircrafts, the model is they go to Dublin or Singapore or Beijing because that's where the lessors are there, from whom they lease the aircraft. Now guess what? For a business in India, for Indians, the Indian companies have to go abroad, pay the local taxes, commissions, hire the local CAs and lawyers, basically you're giving jobs there, for a business which is completely in India. And that's what we want to change. We want to bring it back to India. So what the IFSCA did was, we created a aircraft leasing regulatory framework, which helped the lessors to come to GIFT IFSC and set up. Now what's happening? Your Air Indias and Indigos of the world just need to walk to GIFT IFSC and get the leasing done. They need not go out, which means you have brought the jobs back, you have brought the taxes, the commissions and the incomes, everything back into the country. This is, my friends, what we are saying, bringing it back from offshore to the onshore. We are onshoring the offshore. This is one example. This is a new business completely for the country. This was not there at all. Similarly, bullion exchange. I'm not sure how many of you have heard about it. India is one of the largest consumers of gold. Our Indian women have 25,000 tons of gold, is what the estimates say, in the households. But then we are not the price setters of gold today in the market. It's being set by LBMA, London Bullion Marketing Association, or association or Dubai or wherever it is. The reason is we don't have a wholesale exchange. And that's what we have now created here in the IFSC. Today, there's a lot of action happening, and I'm sure you'll hear more with the UAE SEPA coming in and a lot of corridors opening up. So that's an entirely new kind of business. Now here there's a blockchain crowd sitting, and you're all wondering, what does that got to do with me? Your aircraft leasing or gold and stuff like that. A lot. Because when we pushed aircraft leasing, we thought, why not ship leasing? Because a lot of Indian businesses are going to Dubai to do ship leasing. So we came up with the framework. Now you can do that business in India. Reliance recently said about 20,000 crores of the ship leasing business is going to come to GIFT IFSC. And I'm a dreamer. I want to see tomorrow probably satellite leasing, and with Gaganyaan and space travel, why not spacecraft leasing from IFSC in the next 5 to 10 years? I think that's how we should go. Now when I say it like this, you can do a lot of tokenization here. You can do a lot of provenance here, because whenever you're talking about gold, you're talking about things moving around, there's a lot of trust required in the entire system. And that's where some of you are going to come in and play a big role. Probably you're not seeing it today, but very soon it will be very obvious. And before I conclude, I just also want to touch upon something. IFSC as a regulator is the first regulator in the country, and this is the first jurisdiction where you already have a regulatory framework for Web 3.0, Metaverse, blockchain, AI/ML, and so on and so forth. Today we have in our regulatory sandbox projects which are tokenizing green bonds, which are tokenizing bank deposits, bonds, and also real estate assets. This might be a well-kept secret, but you are the people who should know that things are happening right in your backyard. We are looking at those applications today, and we see a lot of potential as a regulator too on that. So just to conclude, they say that today's innovation is tomorrow's necessity. And at GIFT, here what we want to do is engineer tomorrow's innovation today, so that India takes its rightful place as an economic superpower. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.
Well, may I now request Chirag Kapadia to kindly come on stage and felicitate Mr. Joseph Joshi for this wonderful, wonderful speech. Could you kindly come on stage, sir, because you had a really, really motivational session today morning. We are absolutely energized, seeing the future of our country is in safe hands. Thank you everyone, ladies and gentlemen. Kindly put your hands together. This is a token of appreciation, as we can see the Statue of Unity uniting Thank you so much. And now, are we all ready for our first panel discussion? Some brainstorming sessions, some